Hey there, everybody. Chief Meteorologist Tim Buckley live with you on this Monday evening. And as you can see behind me, or maybe out of your window, it is a busy storm day. No, not for everybody, but for a good chunk of our area, we are watching showers and thunderstorms that are bringing a good amount of rainfall to many. Not everybody, but to many. So we're going to show you the latest live radar here, show you what we're tracking over the next couple of days as well, because there will be more opportunities for rain this week, especially going into Wednesday night and Thursday morning. Lots to be talked about. So let's get right to it. I'll start you off with a live view. This is over downtown Greensboro at the moment. You can see the flags flapping in the breeze here. We have dark storm clouds as well. And if you look carefully, you'll notice how fuzzy the edges are. There's a lot of heavy rain coming down right over here. And this is kind of the second storm of the day for Greensboro. We had another one around 4 o'clock that was pretty active as well. This one still packing a bit of a punch too. So we're tracking lots of action on the radar. Let's get right to it. There's one part of the storm. And again, if you're watching on delay, this isn't totally current, but if you're watching with us live on WFMY Plus, this warning goes until 7:15. It's for Rockingham County specifically. I wouldn't worry if you're in Stokes County. This is really not a severe part of the storm, but there is plenty of action going on here right along Highway 220, moving up through Madison, through Mayodan, and these particular areas. I'm going to take the alert off so you can see more of the screen. Just know that this is packing a bit of a punch when it comes to rain, but also potentially for wind. There could be some nasty wind damage in this storm. If we kind of roll back here, you can see over the last little bit, there could be a downburst happening right about here. So these would be areas that we would watch for possible wind damage, maybe seeing some wind gusts as high as 50, 60 miles per hour. That's a possibility. Not confirming any power outages just yet, but that is something that would pique my interest here and that we'll have to continue to watch for you as we go forward in time. So that severe thunderstorm warning is there. Elsewhere, we still have a pretty hefty storm in Guilford County along the north side of Greensboro. We were looking at it on the camera, but it's really coming down heavily right where I'm located here in northeast Greensboro, all along Wendover Avenue, Cone Avenue as well. And then farther off to the north, you can see along the urban loop, very heavy rain. If we zoom in even more, you can see the heaviest neighborhoods right now, basically from Peach Orchard Drive, Yanceyville Road, Lee's Chapel Road, Summerwalk Road along Springleaf Court. Farther north, you can see Yanceyville Road and all along Air Harbor and places like that near Northern High School, Northeast High School for that matter, all seeing heavy rain. Now, if you're in Burlington, you're saying, well, what about us? You're getting a little something to form near you, and I think we'll watch you next because there are these little boundaries that keep on kind of moving backward toward you. That could be something that sparks off additional storms in the next little bit. In Winston-Salem, you had some storms, and now they've kind of gone away. If we take a live look at our Burlington weather camera, you can see stormy enough, but it's still kind of preceding the actual action right now. So we'll have action to track for you on radar through about 10 to 11 o'clock tonight. Temperatures depend on where you're located and what you've seen today. There are some areas that are in the 70s right now because of the rain-cooled air. Elsewhere, well, it's still really, really hot because it's been a hot day. It was another day where we hit 90 degrees, at least in Greensboro and Burlington. Most of us were right on the edge given the cloud cover, but still, this is another 70 degree. It's our 17th 90 degree day. I said 70, I meant 90. It's our 17th 90 degree day of the month of July. We're up to 32 now for the year. So we're blowing by the last couple of years in terms of 90 degree heat. They all had 29 of those days. And like I said, we are well ahead of that pace. So where we go from here, we're going to continue to watch the radar through this evening. We still have some storm risk between now and about 10 o'clock. I'm more concerned about flooding than I am about severe storms. There is that opportunity that we could have a couple storms doing some business this evening. Tomorrow should be a bit of a break in the action, but Wednesday looks to be pretty busy. So I think Wednesday nighttime through Thursday morning is a time frame we'll want to keep our eyes on. And we have gone ahead and called it a weather impact alert. We have a weather impact alert Wednesday night, probably through Thursday morning as well, for heavy storms that could cause some flooding problems and maybe a couple power outages as well. So we'll be keeping our eyes peeled on that. The weather setup for this is a little interesting. We've got a front now that's kind of going away. Tomorrow should be a bit of a break in the action. And then we have another storm that's coming in. That cold front itself moves in by Wednesday night and Thursday morning. That's what we're watching a little bit more closely. And take a look at what our Futurecast is doing. It starts this out. Let me back it up a little bit. This would be the middle of the day. We're still dry and hot at that point, but you can see by the afternoon, that's when the front moves in. And when that happens, we start to see some storms kind of building on the back side of the front. If that happens, then we'd be relatively okay to be dealing with mostly non-severe thunderstorms because the cooler air is already working in at the surface. But either way, decent rainfall, that would be a good bet, and we really need it. So we're kind of rooting for this to bring us the rain without the problems. That can be the tricky part sometimes. And then Thursday, once you get past the morning, should be a mostly dry day of weather. Having said that, once we get past our forecast, we'll get a break from the heat around here, probably no more 90s once we get to Thursday. There is a tropical depression in the Gulf, though. This is something we've been tracking for a little bit of time, and there's not going to be any impact for us here locally in the Carolinas. What we will see is that this front will kind of be moving off to the west. If it gains any strength or any organization, it will become Tropical Storm Bertha. Bertha is the next name, the second name on the list. And again, not an impact to the Carolinas. We'd love to get some rainfall. It does not look like it will be the way for us. 7-day forecast, still have some heat for our area going into tomorrow. I've got us with a high of 91 degrees. Chance of a couple storms late in the afternoon and into the evening. And then on Wednesday, that's where we'll keep our eyes on the storms, mostly a Wednesday night, Thursday morning affair. And then once that rain clears us, on Thursday morning, we should be pretty dry for a couple of days. High temperatures in the upper 70s or so for Friday, Saturday. That's a big break from the heat compared to where we've been, and we will welcome it if we can swing it. Stick around. We've got a lot more coming up for you on Live Weather Impact. We'll talk about Bertha and what Bertha means in North Carolina, also some flooding video, and of course, the latest live radar. Stick with us.